Now, there are some changes to the rulings regarding about housing, and it has got to do with gross floor area GFA, which until now a lot of people still don't know about it. Jay, do you know what is it about?
No, I don't know about it.
How come you don't know? Very important one.
I'm busy with my life, I have family, I have work. Where got time to pay attention to all this?
I understand, but did you know people that are open for this potentially save 100 to 200k?
Serious?
Serious. I'm not trying to exaggerate. 100k not small, can buy out things. However, a lot of people like yourself, very busy on life, end up paying more without knowing.
Oh my god, then you tell me lah. At least I listen to your sharing, right? Then I don't end up own self confused by own self now.
Before that, right, I need to explain to you what is GFA harmonization first. Can you bear with me for 1 minute?
Can.
Before all these changes happen, we can see that every agency evaluates floor area differently in their own way. So for example, URA uses gross floor area, SLA uses strata area, BCA uses statistical gross floor area, and FCDF uses accessible floor area. Let's take a look at this figure here. Imagine this is the inside of a house and this is the external surroundings. URA measures trying the end of the wall, while SLA measures to the middle portion, and SCDF measures until the inner portion of your wall. Starting with this GFA harmonization, they standardize it accordingly to the middle part of the wall. So now they standardize with harmonization to measure all towards the middle portion of the wall.
So effectively, right, what is most important for consumers to take note of is that voids will actually be excluded from the strata area. And that includes things like the aircon ledge. Because in the past, right, these aircon ledges were not part of URA's gross floor area. It's still considered under SLA strata area. So what do I mean? We take a look at this part. This is the aircon ledge. So developers in the past, right, they were not charged for this area. Yeah, when they sell you this unit, for example, this whole space, right, including the aircon ledge, they can actually sell you this whole space to you. This part, aircon ledge also, they can sell to you. So with them being able to sell you this aircon ledge for extra profit, right, with these new rulings now, they actually cannot sell you less space without getting charged. And that means, right, most of the new development nowadays, right, the AC ledges won't be so big as last time anymore. And that also means that their profit margins will be reduced. And that's why some of the recent land bid prices are lower than the previous land sold. End up, right, the selling prices of all these new properties, the PSF can still be higher than the old ones. Because now the break-even cost for them has become higher.
Coming back to the regulation, this year, 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒈𝒂𝒑𝒐𝒓𝒆 was released in September 2022 and is with effect from 1st Jan 2023, hence affect project launches on or after 9 May 2024. Some may say, right, that seems smaller on paper, but with more efficient layouts. However, is that always the case? Let's find out. Hey Jay, at first glance, which one do you think is more worthwhile to buy?
Let me take a look. So from here, right, I think that Charlotte Green is a bit worth it lah. Because I top up another 100 to 200,000 more, I get so much more space.
I totally agree with you. On paper, it's very obvious that Hilltop Green is more worth it. However, let's calculate out the average per square feet price together and compare. Let's say we take 1.2 million divided by 527. We get 2277 PSF. Whereas for Hilltop, we take 1.35 million divided by 624. We get 2163 PSF, which is 100 PSF cheaper overall. So of course at first glance, people will feel that Hilltop Green is actually more worthwhile to buy. But let's take a deeper insight on the layouts. Kitchen is 21.4 for Lentor Mansion and 25.9 for Hilltop Green. Whereas for balcony is 4.4 for Lentor Mansion and 5.1 for Hilltop Green. Master bedroom 9.6 for Lentor Mansion and 10.4 for Hilltop Green. Bedroom 2 will be 8.8 for Lentor Mansion and 8.1 for Hilltop Green. Master bath 4.9 for Lentor Mansion and 5.2 from Hilltop Green. And regarding the aircon ledge, it is not included for Lentor Mansion, but for Hilltop Green is 3.8 square meter, which is included in the GFA. So with Tongguan usable space calculated at 49.1 square meters for Lentor Mansion and 53.7 square meters for Hilltop Green, so we'll be able to convert the square meters into square feet at 527 square feet and 578 square feet, while Lentor Mansion and Hilltop Green respectively. I'll calculate the reverse price per square foot. So taking the same price as calculated earlier of 1.2 million for Lentor Mansion and 1.35 million for Hillock Green. Lentil Mansion's PSF remains the same at 2277 per square feet, whereas for Hillock Green, it increased to 2335 PSF. So with this new calculation, we may see that from being $100 per square foot cheaper, it became $100 per square foot more expensive in terms of usable space for Hillock Green. Now Jay, which one would you pick?
Wow, I didn't know it's like that.
Don't worry, before becoming a realtor, I also didn't know about this. It shows how much difference at aircon ledge from being an expensive property look cheaper and vice versa.
So now when it comes to the two projects, right, this time around, instead of 2 bedrooms, we look at the 3 bedrooms. Will the results be the same? Over here, Lentil Mansion, 1023 square feet, up from 2.229 million to 2.425 million. While Hillock Green, same size at 1023 square feet, transacted 2.08 million to 2.399 million. What do you think?
To be honest, right, I'm not so sure because I'm not sure if I'm overpaying for the aircon ledge at Hillock Green.
Let's find out. So now let's break down the sizes. For living and kitchen, in Lentil Mansion, it is 37.5 square meters plus 5.6 square meters. Total is 43.1 square meters. While Hillock Green, living and kitchen, 31.2 square meters, add on with 8.7 square meters for the kitchen. Total is 39.9 square meters. So Hillock Green doesn't have a home shelter, but they have a study room, while Lentil Mansion has a home shelter at 4.4 square meters over here. Balcony-wise, it's 5 square meters for Lentil Mansion, with 6.3 square meters for Hillock Green. And for the master bedroom and bath, 15.5 square meters plus 4.7 square meters equals to 15.2 square meters for Lentil Mansion. Hillock Green is 16 square meters for both. Bedroom 2, bedroom 3 together with study, all add up together, is 20.9 square meters for Lentil Mansion, while Hillock Green is 21.2 square meters. And the second bath and WC here, so we have 4.2 square meters together with the WC here, end up with 6.4 for Lentil Mansion. And Hillock Green is 4.4 square meters plus 1.8 square meters, total is 6.2 square meters. Fundaman, I read the accolades. So for Lentil Mansion is not included as seen here, non-strata. Okay, and then for Hillock Green, it's 5.5 square meters here. Okay, so effectively here, 95 square meters from Lentil Mansion, while Hillock Green is 89.5 square meters. When I convert this to square feet, Lentil Mansion will be 1023, same as the previous calculation because this one is already harmonized. While Hillock Green, 89.5 square meters equates to 963 square feet. Okay, so to sum it up, effectively from here, right, Lentil Mansion, 1023 square feet, price range from 2.229 to 2.425 million. As a result, when I divide by 1023 square feet, okay, the per square foot ranges from 2178 to 2370 PSF. On the other hand, Hillock Green, because now we have calculated the effective space without the aircon ledge, right now the size is 963 square feet. So with the price transacted at 2.08 to 2.399 million, effectively the PSF changes to 2159 per square foot to 2491 per square foot. So in this case, right, the per square foot is about the same already, and I might be able to get a lower per square foot at Hillock Green. In fact, I don't even have to pay 200,000 more just to get a 3-bed 3-bath. From Hillock Green, I still get a yard, and I can also use the study space here as a storeroom. So Daryl, does it make sense to buy a harmonized project or not? Or does it make more sense to buy a non-harmonized project?
Jay, to be honest, right, I don't think there's a fixed answer. We can see from the example just now, on one hand, harmonized is better because the spouse is more efficient. Another example, the price is more worth it despite having the aircon ledge counted in. And for every project, it's different. So make sure you consult with us before you even start considering your next property. Who knows, we may be able to give you better solutions that you have never thought about before.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you liked what we just shared. Don't give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!